You have a YouTube channel. You know your niche. You're making content. But when somebody asks you what you actually sell, you freeze. And that right there is why your channel isn't making money yet. Having a channel isn't enough. Having a niche isn't enough. You need an offer. Something specific that people can pay for. And most creators have no idea what that is or how to figure it out. And that's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to show you how to find your offer, how to refine it, and how to validate it to make sure it's something you can actually sell on your channel. Hey, I'm Dee Dee, and I help you build a business where you can actually make some money on YouTube. And one of the most common things I hear from people who've been at this for a while is some version of, I don't have anything to sell. And I want to push back on this immediately because most of you actually do. You just haven't found it yet. And today I'm going to show you how to find it using 3 steps that don't require you to guess, don't require you to copy anybody else or spend months building something that nobody really wants. So the first place you need to look for your offer is somewhere that most people, they completely overlook. It's their own experience. Think about where you are right now in your niche. You know things that your viewer doesn't know yet. You've been through things that they haven't been through yet, or maybe they're going through right now. But somewhere along that journey, there was something you desperately wanted help with and you couldn't find it. Something you would have paid good money for without hesitation if somebody had offered it to you. That right there is your offer. It doesn't have to sound impressive, not what you think you ought to be selling. What did you need when you were exactly where your viewer is right now? Let me give you an example from my own journey. When I was building out my YouTube business, one of the things that I would have paid high dollar for was somebody to sit down with me and set up my entire tech stack. I mean, actually walk through exactly how to set it all up so that it worked. The digital products, the landing pages, the software that runs it all. I wanted somebody just to handle it, or at least at a minimum to tell me exactly how to do it. But instead I had to figure it out all on my own. So if you know how to do all this might be something you could sell. That specific pain point, that desperate want that I had is a real offer. And maybe I should have packaged it up and sold it to creators who were exactly where I was. People would have paid for it. So I want you to sit with this question. What did you want so badly that you would have pulled out your credit card right then and there if somebody had offered it to you? Write that down because that's where your offer starts. Now here's the thing, your viewer is going through that exact same journey that you went through. They've got the same questions you had, the same fears, the same troubles and frustrations. And if you would have paid for it, there's a very good chance they will too. That's not a guarantee. That's why we have steps 2 and 3. But it's a really powerful starting point that most creators skip entirely because they're too busy looking at what everybody else is doing instead of looking deep down inside your own experience. And you know what I wish I'd also had when I was trying to figure all this out? I wish somebody had sat down and walked me through exactly what to sell, how to present it, and how to package it, and how to launch it and actually be able to sell it, not generic advice. You know, like somebody saying, oh, just go make a digital product and put it on your channel and throw it out there. But somebody looking at my channel, my situation, and telling me specifically what to do next. And that's exactly what I do in my new YouTube Launch and Grow program. It's a 3-month one-on-one coaching program where we build your channel, your content system, and your offer together, completely individualized to where you are right now. No cookie cutter roadmap, just you, me, and a clear path forward. And if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, the link is in the description to book a free discovery call for me. There's no sales call, there's no pressure, just a chance to figure out if we're a good fit. Now the second place to look for your offer is other channels in your niche. And I want to be really, really clear here about what I mean because I'm not talking about copying other channels. I don't recommend doing this, especially right now with YouTube not putting out copied content. This is market research. Go to 3 to 5 channels in your niche that are really similar to yours, not massive channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but look for channels that are a level or 2 above where you're at right now. Channels that have figured out some things but aren't so far ahead that their audience is completely different than yours. Now here's the thing, I don't want you to watch their videos because then that puts stuff in your mind that's not you. Just open the description box under each video and look for the links. Click on these links and see where they take you. What are they selling? Are they selling a course, a coaching program, or community? Maybe it's just a digital product. Write down what you find. See if any of those things speak to you. And look for patterns across all the channels that you research. What keeps showing up consistently? Because creators don't keep promoting things that don't sell. If it doesn't sell, they take it down. And if something keeps showing up across multiple videos over a long period of time, that's because it's converting. That's not an accident. That's market validation sitting right there for you in plain sight. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Once you've got that list, you're not just going to copy what they're doing. We don't copy here. You're going to look for the gap. What are they not offering? What questions keep coming up in their comments that nobody is answering? What pain point are their viewers expressing that's being addressed by what's currently out there right now? Which one of these offers would you enjoy doing? And that matters too. And that gap is where your offer lives, because you're not trying to compete with what's already out there. You're trying to feel what's missing. Spend some real time on this and go deep into the comments. Read what people are asking. Read what people are saying. What are they frustrated about? Read what other people were grateful for. All of that's data, and it's completely free. And so here's a little pro tip that I have for you. When I was looking to start growing my offers, I actually went to other niches and downloaded their things. I wanted to look at them. I wanted to see what they look like, see if it was something I could recreate in my own niche. I joined programs to see if they were doing something I could do. I jumped on webinars and coaching calls. I found that I really like coaching. I found what I did like and what I really didn't based on those other programs. What parts were overwhelming and what felt good to me. And I adopted those strategies. Some of these things I paid for, big money. Some were free. But it was all about the learning journey for me. I was willing to pay for it because I knew I was going to get something out of it. Now you have two things. You have your own experience telling you what people need, and you have market research showing you what's already selling. Step 3 is where you pressure test all of it before you spend any more time building something. And we're going to use AI to do that. We're going to ask AI to help us understand our market more deeply, validate whether our offer makes sense, and find the language that our audience is actually using to describe their problem. Because the words your audience uses, the things that they say to describe their pain, are the words you should be using in your content and in your offer. And I use Claude for this because Claude puts more context with it. It seems like ChatGPT is just getting worse and worse. It just does not throw out any good ideas to me. It's just like regurgitating whatever I have put in. But Claude actually thinks about it, and it listens to the way you talk to it. I do have the paid version. I think it's $20 a month, but you can always do this for free. I mean, so much of this is free. The only reason I got paid was to go into a little deeper doing some projects and things like that. So let me get into my computer here. Here's prompt 1, and let's put it in. I have a YouTube channel in blah blah space. My target audience is, and you can describe your viewer here, what are the top 5 problems or frustrations this audience commonly experiences that they would pay to have solved? And let's see what it gives us here. You're not taking this as gospel. You're using it as a filter. Does what comes up match what you found in step 1 and 2? Are there things showing up here that you haven't thought of? Are there problems that it's given you that you can actually solve? Okay, that's where you want to look. So based on these problems, what type of offers or products would the audience most likely pay for? Let's include a range of points from low ticket to high ticket, because you want every eventuality in here. So now you're starting to see a picture form. You've got validated pain points and you've got potential offer formats, and you didn't have to guess any of it. So prompt number 3. What words and phrases does this audience use when they search for help with these problems? Give me the language they would actually type into Google or YouTube. And this one is gold for 2 reasons. It helps you validate that people are actively searching for what you're thinking about selling, and it gives you the exact language to use in your titles and your thumbnails and your descriptions, and the title of your offer itself. And here are all 3 prompts, and you can pause right now and take a screenshot, and then go run them through your own niche and see what comes back. I think you're gonna have a real light bulb moment here. Now you have 3 layers of validation. You have your own experience, you've got market research from existing channels, and you have the AI pressure testing your idea against real market data. So now you have all this information. How do you turn it into an actual offer? We're gonna start simple. Whatever came up consistently across all 3 steps, that's your starting point. That's not your final offer. Your starting point. Pick one problem. One specific problem that you know your audience has, that you know how to solve, and that research is telling you what people will pay for. And I want you to build the simplest possible version of a solution to that problem. And we're going to call that your MVP. This is your minimum viable product. The smallest version of your offer that you can test right now without spending months building something that nobody wants. It doesn't have to be a full course. It doesn't have to be a membership or a big book. It could be a 1-hour coaching call focused on that specific thing. It could be a simple PDF. It could be a template. Start with the smallest viable version and test it before you build anything bigger. Here's the thing about validating your offer. The only real validation is when somebody hands you money. And if the research tells you there's a good chance people will pay for it, but the moment that somebody actually pays you for it, that's when you know for sure. That's when the excitement starts to happen. So don't spend 3 months building a course before you've tested it, whether or not you know anybody's going to buy it. Mention it in your videos. Put a link in your description. Talk about it in your community. See if anybody raises their hand. See if anybody clicks on it. That's your real market test. We'll talk about the pricing in another video. And when somebody does pay you, even just one person, that's your sign. Now you build. If it doesn't work, go back to the drawing board and go back to these prompts and try the next idea. You got to be willing to change, and you got to be willing to take it all as feedback. Just because the first thing you put out there doesn't sell doesn't mean you don't have a winning idea. It just may be how you packaged it or how you priced it. Maybe you didn't promote it enough. If you only mention it one time at the end of a video that you'll do every 2 weeks, nobody's going to see it. Keep it up and running for at least a month or two. It takes time, especially if you're only doing a video, like I said, once a week. It's a process that I don't want you to get discouraged in. I've got multiple PDFs that I've built and worksheets for my audience. I've set up coaching calls and classes. And my bestseller is one of the first things I ever set up a few months ago, and that's the one-on-one coaching calls. But because time's becoming an issue, I'm adding a more selective one-on-one program to take my clients all the way through their journey. So you have to figure out what works for you, and you may have to adjust it at that time. And if you've been sitting on a YouTube channel wondering what you're actually supposed to be selling, I hope this gave you a clear starting point. Mind your own journey. Study what's already selling. Use AI to pressure test your idea, and then test that smallest version of your offer before you build anything else. And if you want help walking you through this specific channel and your specific situation, the link to book that free discovery call for a YouTube Launch and Grow is in the description. We'll figure out exactly what you should be selling and build a plan to get you there. And if you haven't seen the video that goes hand in hand with this one, it's about why so many creators are stuck on the merry-go-round of distraction and how the hockey stick curve shows you exactly where you are in your YouTube journey right now. Go watch it next. I'll link it right here. And I'll see you over there. Have a good one. Bye.